Welcome to Baja Window to the South. I'm Olga Sanchez La Vega.
And I'm Denitza Garcia. Baja Window to the South, it's a weekly program that showcases the best of Baja California. In this occasion from El Gran Hotel Tijuana, the iconic Gran Hotel.
And we're very excited to be here today, and we cannot wait to show you not only what's in here, but also introduce you to great artists and tons of great talent that we have here in Baja. But first, we're gonna go to San Quintin and learn about a craft beer. Are we ready?
Yes, let's go. Well, hello everyone. I'm very excited because I'm here with Eduardo and we're gonna talk about beer. Well, he is going to talk about beer here in San Quintin, Baja California. Craft beer is one of the many surprises we found in San Quintin, Baja California. They have 7 different labels of their own. Let's go and check this out.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our establishment. Welcome to San Quintin. Locally, there's 7 brewers or 7 labels of different beers. We started our beer fest probably about 8 years ago. We have 6 events under our belt, and with that, we try to improve the market for craft beer in San Quintin. Before the beer fest in San Quintin, nobody knew what craft beer was. The closest to a craft beer was a dark beer from one of the commercial companies.
We are also interested in knowing when these beer fests are in San Quintin. Eduardo talked to us about these festivities.
We have our July event, which is the Beer Fest San Quintin, and our October event, which is our take on our Oktoberfest, which doesn't have really much to do with the original Oktoberfest. It's it's a Mexican version of our Oktoberfest. You know, Mexican food, Mexican beer, Mexican music. But there's another excuse to have some beer and have some good food and some good music.
And of course, we wanted to know about the 7 different labels they have. And it was great to hear that they are inspired in the top products they cultivate the most.
We're really fortunate because in San Quintin we have oyster farms, we have berry farms, and all those products that we could fuse with our beers. You know, me personally, I have a beer label called Círculo Cerrado, closed circuit, and we do a smoky oyster stout for all our events. And it's a beer that usually, when someone says it's an oyster beer, they go, "What, with oysters?" And we literally put oysters in the beer in the last 15 minutes of the process. We put in the fresh oysters with the shell and without the shell. And what that's going to do, it's going to have a double purpose. The oyster, it's actually going to give it a little bit of saltiness to it, and it's going to give it a little bit of the clarification with the oyster shell. That's the double purpose. And since we have fresh oysters here in San Quintin, we use local products for that.
It was a pleasure to have this chat and learn about their craft beer. And let me tell you that we tasted and it was absolutely delicious. We hope you can visit San Quintin, Baja California and try it yourself.
And we are going to be talking about chiles en nogada, which is a tradition here in Mexico, but it does not become a tradition till you brought it here to Tijuana and made this big festival. Please tell us more about it, about the festival that is coming up, and what are some of these incredible ingredients that we have in front of us?
Well, the festival is going to be the 4th of September at the Sacut. It's going to be a huge festival. We're going to have a contest for the best recipe of chile en nogada of the city. And the ingredients that we have here are what is inside a chile en nogada. It's a very complex dish, and it has all these ingredients. The filling it's made with either pork or beef. You can choose. You can use both or choose either one.
Wow.
Then the fruits are planters, pears.
And I noticed the difference of the pears that you have.
Oh yeah, this is a pear that you find here in the supermarket, and these are peras criollas. They're not as nice as the other ones, but if you smell them, they have like a cinnamon.
Oh, wow.
It has a really different smell than the other ones.
It does. Chef Esparza, what got you, as you're telling us more about the ingredients, what got you interested in doing this festival? Because I know that this is one of your passions, to bring the knowledge of the difference of just two different types of pears and the distinctive flavor to it.
Well, a few years ago, I was looking at all the festivals in Tijuana, and I just thought, well, it's time for me to make a festival, and which festival I'm going to make, and I decided to make of the most complex dish of Mexican cooking. So not any festival. So basically, this is the most complex dish in Mexican cooking. It's a dish that some cooks are afraid to make. Even the most experienced cooks are afraid to make, and it's a very delicious. It's a very traditional dish. It's only seasonal, and it has a big story behind it. So I couldn't pick anything better than this.
Wow, and as you mentioned, the ingredients. So where are you bringing this pear from?
Okay, we bring all our ingredients from Puebla, a little town called Calpa. Also ingredients that go in the filling, the almonds, pine nuts, cinnamon, and these are the two, this is the star of the show. It's the Castilla nut and all walnuts. And these walnuts, this is the season when they're ready to be harvested, and that's when they're still juicy and tender. And the people take the skin of the walnut,
Yeah.
and that's the only time of the year when you can make the sauce for the chili. And like
Can I
fry
try it?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, it's so soft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this one.
And these are it's a walnut, but you find them in the States. You find them already packed and dry and with the skin.
And this one, you can taste is youth.
Yes, exactly. And this is the main ingredient for the chiles en nogada. And the sauce is nogada, is from the nogal, and that's why it's called nogada.
Wow. And then the cheese is from.
The cheese is from goat cheese, that also from the city of Puebla.
And these ingredients are what make the traditional chile. So
Yes.
it's not like if you can just make a change, or can you make changes on the
No.
ingredients?
Now this is it's a traditional dish. You need to put these ingredients, at least some of them. You can't add many more. Maybe you can add beef, maybe a couple of more ingredients. It's a cacti. I forgot the
Cactus?
It's a cactus, a special cactus, and that you can put. But besides that, no.
Well, I think it's about time we get that, and
Okay.
we see the beautiful talent that you have on creating one of these special chiles en nogada, and let's make it happen.
Okay, we're gonna prepare the dish very fast because it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
You have to peel all the fruits, then you have to chop them in 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch. Everything has to be cut the same size. Then it gets cooked. Then you have to let it sit for a little bit, so everything starts sharing their flavors. And then you roast the chiles. You take the skin off, then you stuff them with that filling, and then you prepare the sauce. Now we have the filling that is made with all the ingredients that we have there. And we're gonna proceed to stuff our chile. The chile has been peeled. You put it in the grill, or you put it direct in the stove, and then you take the skin off. Okay, so it's kind of simple to do this. It takes filling.
And you were telling me about the filling, that a lot of people think that it has a lot of meat, but the main ingredient is all the fruit.
Exactly. A lot of people think that this is a chile that is stuffed with meat. That's not true. It's a chile en nogada. And it has the filling, it's fruits and meat, pork meat. So now that we filled it, turn it around. So basically, your chili is ready. And we're just gonna pour the sauce. The sauce is very important, the texture. Has to be like a creamy texture.
Yeah.
That is made with the walnuts. It doesn't have cream. It has the only ingredients that this sauce has. It's the walnuts, the cheese, a little bit of milk, cinnamon, port wine, and sugar.
Oh, wow.
That and cinnamon. That's all it has. So a lot of people think that, oh, please put a little bit more of cream on my. It is not cream. So we have to be precise.
You are helping us debunk a lot of the things that people have in mind of what probably, you know, they learn something that they have to unlearn, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
It's not like that. This is a traditional way to do it. This is the real way to do it. And
Yes.
you know how much we love traditions of Mexico, and especially dishes such as this one.
Exactly. And these are all the ingredients that you can use to decorate the chile. You cannot put anything else because it has the chile, has the sauce, the pomegranates, and the parsley. And maybe it's very simple to decorate it, but it's also very complex because you have to make it beautiful. It's not just putting the things there. So this is our chile ready
Look at that.
for you to taste. And
So
also,
elegant.
it's very important that this is a dish that it's cooked. It's not hot or warm. It has to be cooked. It has to be eaten at room temperature. So don't think that, oh, my chile is cold. Can you warm it up? No, that's the temperature it has to be. It's room temperature. Why? Because if the chili is hot, then the sauce is gonna break apart.
Right.
So that's why it has to be room temperature. So
Well, thank you so very much. Thank you again for creating this beautiful festival of chiles en nogada. We cannot wait to see everybody. This is gonna be in Secut. I know that this is for families. It is a free
Yes,
event.
yes.
And you're gonna have food other than just
Oh,
chiles
yeah.
en nogada for the kids and anybody who wants to try just something else. You thought about everything. Your team thought about everything. Thank you so much for inviting us. And is there anything else that you would like to tell our audience about the festival?
well, we're gonna wait for you, 4th of September, free entrance. Arrive early because all the seating gets full. Something else, we have tables and chairs because if you're gonna go eat chile en nogada, you need a table. So we have seating. It's the only event in Secut that has seating for around 1,000 people. So we have a table ready for you. Arrive early because it gets filled.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I've been there and it's delicious. So please join us. We cannot wait to see you.
Hey guys, Simon here again, and we're at the beautiful spot called Raul's, also known as Kilometer 42. This spot is about a 40-minute drive from the border, and if you're a longboarder or a beginner, this is the perfect spot. So as you can see right now, we have a bunch of kids, a bunch of longboardings, just having a good time. As you can see right now, we have some kids taking surf lessons on the longboards. This is the perfect spot if you want to have a nice relaxed surf session. The waves aren't too strong. It's just a great spot. So me, when the waves are small and I don't want to go too intense, I just come here. It's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill, the perfect spot.
It's really fun. I like that I can spend time with my family doing it, and it's really fun. I can get wet and like just see my family getting happy, just jumping in the water, and it feels really fun, and then I'm really happy and proud that my family's proud of me too.
Okay, so if you're a beginner surfer or you have a young kid with you that wants to learn surfing, this is the perfect spot. There's about 2 or 3 local surf schools and you can get a nice lesson for about $20, $20 to $30. So if you're a beginner or if you have small kids, this is the perfect spot. The bottom of the ocean is not too rocky. It's a mixture of rock and sand, but it's not too sharp. And if you come on a high tide, it's really nice. As you can see, everyone out here is just having a great time. You can't go wrong surfing here at Raúl's.
Hello everyone, welcome again to Baja Window to the South. I'm very happy to present another talent from Baja California. I truly enjoy to do that and keep presenting the talent we have here in our state. He is a dancer. He's 22 years old, okay? Just so young, okay? And he is a great dancer. He's gonna tell us his story. So, very pleased to present Joaquín Rosas Pérez here in Baja Window to the South. Hola Joaquín, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, un gusto, la verdad que estoy muy feliz de estar aquí y poder compartir pues tanto mi historia y pues el hecho de que me hayan abierto el espacio pues para hablar un poco de esto que es la carrera de bailarín. Antes que nada, yo soy orgullosamente un tortillero de esta ciudad. Yo trabajo en un negocio familiar y siempre lo digo en alto que es una de las cosas fundamentales que me ha dado fortaleza para lidiar con las cosas de la vida. Yo comencé a bailar un poco tarde, lo mencionan muchos, comencé a bailar a los 19 años, pero he sido muy perseverante y he tenido maestros que me han dado ese camino y esa visión para poder desarrollarme y poder cumplir poco a poco metas y este sueño que es el ser admitido en la universidad.
¡Wow! ¿Se dan cuenta? Otro talento, otra historia que inspira para muchos que pensamos que a lo mejor, claro, la carrera, como recomiendan, tienen que empezar a temprana edad, porque si no ya no se puede. Aquí tenemos otro ejemplo, señoras y señores, de que sí se puede, empezando a los 19 años. Y ahorita, según sé, Joaquín, te invitaron precisamente. Cuéntanos a qué universidad y representaste a México, ¿verdad? O representando a México.
Sí, México siempre tenerlo en alto, la personalidad, los valores, la cultura. Esta oportunidad vino de mi maestra María del Carmen Echavarría. Ella me abrió el panorama y me dijo, ¿sabes qué, Joaquín? Tú tienes esas aptitudes, tú ve, inténtalo. Y me fue preparando, me fue educando para que tuviese esa oportunidad de ir a presentar el examen.
Ay, qué emoción, muchas felicidades, de verdad, ¿eh? Y ibas diciendo, y sabes que también me llamó ahorita que decías la atención y que me encanta que lo digas con tanto orgullo, porque dices lo de las tortillas, que hacías tortillas,
sí.
Que a mí me encantan las tortillas, es algo de nosotros, de nuestra cultura, muy mexicano, y aquí en México comemos mucha tortilla, todo el tiempo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Y eso que también te dio la plataforma y para continuar tus sueños, ¿no?
Sí, pues como menciono, el hecho de levantarse temprano, de seguir con los mismos valores de perseverancia, de trabajo duro y también pues esas ganas de no importa qué tan difícil sea seguir adelante, pues fue una herramienta que siempre utilicé.
Claro que sí. Ay, Joaquín, qué maravilla. ¿Sabes qué me gustaría que me dijeras? ¿Cuáles son tus planes? ¿Cómo te ves en unos años? Porque estoy segura que en otro tiempo te vamos a volver a entrevistar y nos vas a poder contar que te fue increíble en la universidad y que estás llevando a cabo esos de tus sueños. Cuéntame, ¿cómo te ves? Dime, ¿qué es lo que te gustaría?
A mí me gustaría mucho llegar a vivir lo que es bailar en grandes escenarios a nivel internacional, echarle todas las ganas para convertirme en un gran bailarín y seguir aprendiendo porque en esta carrera siempre se aprende y en cierto momento de la vida, si así se quiere, y si así se puede, regresar otra vez a México para poder ir sembrando un poco de las cosas que aprendería o que quisiera aprender allá.
Y otra cosa entonces muy importante, y precisamente porque como comunidad nos tenemos que ayudar y precisamente también apoyar a talentos, necesitas apoyo tú ahorita para irte a estudiar, económico, ¿cómo pudiéramos ayudarte como sociedad?
Ahorita la verdad que ha sido muy difícil para mi familia, realmente ahorramos y trabajamos muchísimo para dar el primer paso que fue el examen. Gracias a Dios se logró ser admitido por la escuela, pero ahorita los costos de vivir en Europa y lo que es la matriculación, que de hecho llega a escalar por el hecho de ser extranjero, pues sí nos tienen un poco tanto preocupados como atascados en ese entorno. Nosotros estamos haciendo tanto rifa como también estamos buscando patrocinios de quien quisiera ayudarnos, pues darnos esa oportunidad.
Bienvenido.
Y pues darme esa oportunidad que les aseguro que voy a aprovechar y que yo regresaré a dar todo lo que pueda dar a mi país, que es México.
Estamos seguros que sí, lo puedo sentir de verdad, Joaquín, y te deseo todo el éxito. Por lo mismo, por favor, dinos dónde te podemos encontrar en redes sociales para que te busquen, cómo pudiéramos para la rifa, si hay algún link o dónde pudiéramos, ¿me entiendes?, para depósito, no sé, cualquier cosa que sea de ayuda para poder lograr el objetivo.
Ahorita yo estoy utilizando lo que es WhatsApp y también mi correo electrónico para que sea un poquito más directo y pues hablar también con la persona, pues tener ese contacto. Mi teléfono es 663-158-9235 y mi correo electrónico es joaquin.rosas.perez@gmail.com y siempre estoy atento.
Perfecto, excelente, ya saben dónde encontrarlo. Vamos a cerciorarnos de que esté esto escrito aquí, ¿verdad? Y lo puedan ver nuestra audiencia. Y bueno, también redes sociales.
Sí, redes sociales, utilizo Instagram, joaquinrp.mx.
Pues excelente, Joaquín, muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros en Baja Window to the South de nuevo y compartirnos tu historia y deseándote lo mejor. Vamos a poner los números, cualquier apoyo es más que bienvenido para una persona con tanto deseo y con tanto talento, así que apoyemos. And now we're going with Olga, kayaking in la Bufadora. Can't wait to check her out. Let's go.
The blowholes are amazing, totally worth it, and great guys.
A very fun experience. The geyser was very cool. Even though the water was pretty calm, it still blew water pretty high, and I've never kayaked to a geyser before, so it was definitely a good experience, and I was able to get some good pictures of it.
Look at this, it's magnificent. Welcome to Baja. Mwah! Baja Window to the South.
Hello everyone, I'm here at Horizonte Restaurant and we're gonna talk with Chef Oso about Pulque, a traditional Mexican drink. So come on, let's go. Hi, I'm here at Horizonte with Chef Oso and we're gonna talk about Pulque, a traditional Mexican drink. Tell me, Oso. Hi, how are you? First of all.
Thanks, very well. I couldn't be better. I mean, we have here some pulque and aguamiel.
Excellent. Okay, this is the pulque and this is the aguamiel?
Actually, no, it's the other way around.
Is the other way around? Okay.
This one is the aguamiel, and this one is the pulque,
Okay.
which is basically the same, except it has a process of fermentation. Aguamiel basically is the savia of the agave, and it's harvested or milked in a way, as they call it, daily from the plant. It takes, let's say, they do it twice per day. morning and then at sunset, basically. And each time that the pulquero extracts the aguamiel from the agave plant, maybe it's like a gallon per. So let's say each plant gives them 2 gallons of aguamiel, which is basically the blood of the plant. The way they do it is when the agave matures and it's about to sprout the flower, which is this tall like pole that's developed in the center of the plant. What they do is they chop that part and then remove it from the plant and then make a hole in the center of the plant while the plant is still alive and with the roots on the ground. And the plant is lived like that for around 6 months. And they harvest it daily, morning and at sunset. So the plant bleeds, and this like pot shape inside of the plant captures all of these juices, which is just natural juices with a lot of sugars. Those sugars were going to be a flower because agaves, in particularly, they only flower once in their lifetime. So it takes many years for the plant to mature, and then they throw only one big flower, which is really magical about the agaves. They only flower once in their life.
So it's great to know. I mean,
so instead of flowering, what the people that work with the plant is they remove the flower part and use the juices for the flowering. The energy that was going to become a flower becomes an aguamiel.
Wow.
Then they don't add any yeast or anything. It's just natural yeast. And then after 2 or 3 days, it turns to a pulque.
Okay, so that's the difference between pulque and
See, it's basically a 3-day fermentation gap.
Okay, got it.
You could leave the pulque to ferment more time, maybe 2 weeks, let's say, but it's gonna turn a little bit sour. And if you want to explore yourself, I mean, you could add more sugars to make it more alcoholic, no? Like with a hard kombucha kind of stuff or things like that.
Okay.
But the natural way or traditional way to drink it is just leaving the aguamiel to ferment for 2 or 3 days and then drink it. And it won't be more than 3%. Or it's really like a light beer.
Of course. I mean, that's
I mean, you can get drunk out of it, but you need to drink like 2 gallons of that.
Okay. Let's be specific,
Which
I
is
think
really,
they need to know a little bit about that.
And it's a great experience if you get drunk only by drinking pulque, because the feeling of the drunkenness is completely different than typical alcohol.
Really?
I mean, because of the properties it has, it does feel like, I mean, that's why they call it, they put you magical. Like, you know, it does put you on like really groovy alcoholic way.
That I like. What you
So it's
just
nice.
mentioned, I think it's awesome, magical. Okay, because this is like I said, it's pre-Spanish, and it's from ancestral drink, right? Even they said it was a drink from the gods,
Yeah,
right?
well,
I mean, de los dioses, and it's in our culture. It's very well known.
The pulcatas came later with the Spanish conquest and all that.
And now we all can drink pulque.
Yeah,
you know
now
what I mean? That's great to know. Got it. So they drink pulque before, and you know, also I would like to know about the benefits about the pulque. That I know.
I mean,
there's a lot of
I
benefits.
would say it has a lot of benefits. The one that I like the most is that it has 21 amino acids on it.
Wow.
And what I was telling you, like let's say a piece of steak has 18, 17 amino acids. And pulque by itself, it has 21, so it's more than what we need, no? Basically, the 21 amino acids. It's just the natural way because I wanted to show you like the natural first step of the pulque and the aguamiel, but it is really common for pulque to create with fruits or milks and nuts and things like that, and they call it curados. And they can be like so many. I mean, they could be out of cucumber with chiles, or they can be with milk and nutmeg and whatever, no? There are many, many flavors. Typical are the mango, the strawberries, the celery. The celery is really good one in Mexico.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. You know, I love Mexico, my country, but here in Baja, where you can find it in
I mean, you can find
Tijuana.
pulque. We can get you some pulque. There's some places that sell pulque, like in the Boulevard 2000. For example, there's a really good barbacoa place that's a family from Hidalgo. And they bring their pulque from Hidalgo and they make the traditional barbacoa. And it's called Barbacoa 2000. It's right on the Boulevard 2000. It's really good. And they also make really good curados.
Chef Oso, very glad to be here. Excellent restaurant,
Thank you.
Horizonte. And well, I'm just gonna keep drinking a little bit more
Maybe.
of the
Go
pulque.
ahead.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
Thank you
so much for joining us in Baja Window to the South.
We're excited to see you here every single week. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your shares. Don't forget, go to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you want. Share our program or show with your friends, your family, and let us know who else you would like to learn from or what else you would like to see from our beautiful state of Baja California.
Most definitely. See you next week.